Siyithelile le nsizwa. Akabali yantsizwe siyithelile. Sibona lapha ile nsizwa le ubhele. Things that useyithelile lapha yana ngamanzi. The nice thing about actually doing the podcast rather than being on your phone is that you're actually being productive.
Yeah.
So what happens is I notice over time there were the things that I actually see on my phone. Like so on Facebook, I have to go on Facebook sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Lama group la say UKZN. I don't know if you've joined them before. No, UKZN, no. Or you don't have those groups. Oh shit. They post a lot of dumb shit, bro. Like that's where you get some of the memes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of dumb stuff. And I was in those groups because I was at Howard at some point. Then I went to UKZN, PNB. So I have those groups now.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah, so and then there's a lot of things that are just not necessary and they're not followed by any purpose of any sort that people post and I'm just like, yeah. So it's only today that I actually remove myself from those groups because I see it every day. They channel your thoughts, they channel like
What made you join those groups? Like, what was the verdict before?
But this is first year, bro. This is first year in varsity, and like
you're trying to get to know people.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, but just getting information.
Why?
Like you get information regarding what's happening at school. Basically, that's where the information comes from.
Okay.
So it was just that, and Nakona, I didn't know that it's a clown group. So you enter it and you just accept it for what it is. But now that I understand that I need to filter, the things that I watch, it's only now that I really okay, actually,
I don't need this anymore.
Need this shit. That is after I unfollowed so many people on Instagram. Nakona, it's not even a bad thing. Like it's not a bad thing. It's just like
the content that you're putting out, it's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for me specifically.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of girls that, especially when they're not Twitter and all that. I'm just like, I don't really want to be watching that.
yeah. What you see it and think about sex all day.
Yeah, and
you know
they channel your thoughts. Like they really
Stupid.
channel your thoughts. So I was like, So that's why I was like, okay, shit. It's actually dope that we recording the podcast because.
Yeah, because of the changes that are happening while we're recording the podcast.
Yeah. So that's good. And do you continue from the other shit or what?
We can. Oh, I just want to say, Lento follow Rijana. I need to understand it maybe, because like some people, you know them, but they don't post anything.
Yeah.
And like somehow, I don't know, society-wise, you're meant to still have that person. Then, like as the people that you're following, what's that about? Because I think Melangabe sa interactor, and if I like what you post, and if you even post, then I should follow you.
Yeah. And this thing is funny, especially Facebook, because it's just that. Like some people that you never really talk to, but they just post and then you know what's going on with them at that time.
Yeah.
You know, someone posts, maybe they're working somewhere. Oh, now you know where they're working. Oh, okay, but you don't really talk to them, or maybe like people from high school that you've never spoken to, but you can see, you would see what they're doing exactly and their day-to-day stuff, and like you get to know people but not the real them, what they choose to show to people, but you don't get the same reactions that you would get when you get to really know them, you know. because that is when they don't try and put up a face for the social networks.
I get.
Yeah. Like the nice thing about what I'm doing now is that I'm still yet to learn like how to communicate at like a greater level. Yeah, well, and I think that's really gonna be dope. I know that's a bit random, but it's really gonna be dope.
Communicate
and then regarding
how?
what you were saying regarding the following,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the whole thing is it is stupid in a sense, because it's just like if you're not using Instagram, then why should I follow you? You know?
Man, it's silly.
It's a bit silly. It's a bit silly.
Oh, and you haven't posted in a wow.
You don't even post. Yeah, look, you don't even post
At all.
at all. And plus, not only that, when you do eventually post, you're posting something I don't give a shit about. Yeah, well, so it's just like just because we know each other, it's not enough for us to follow each other. And for me, like, that's what I like about this whole podcast is that like this is not for millions of views. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
It's cool.
Like, we don't need
It
a
makes
million views
sense.
to feel accepted or whatever, to feel some type of way. If it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. You can't beg someone to watch something they don't want to watch.
People enjoy different things.
Yeah,
True.
people
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
different things. And look, at this point, it's okay.
It is.
It's really
it's
okay. So
crazy.
even on Instagram or whatever platform that we should follow or have each other as friends, it's just basically that. It's not that I hate you. It's not that I don't fuck with you. It's just what I choose to see. It's very different.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to see. Like some people, I follow them because I'm busy and what they're doing is dope and I'm interested in.
Yes,
it.
yes,
That's what
yes.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I guess to me.
And when because ngiyakwazi it should be different with umuntu engamazi. But then it's all in the content with what kind of content that I want to see.
Yeah.
And it's part of basically how I see it. It's part of manipulating your environment because you're on your phone some people are still on their phones most of the time, and
Probably most people.
basically
Yeah.
you basically they are your environment now because you're glued on the screen. And
oh shit. That's
so
dope.
if you obviously have to manipulate your environment in terms of your friends, in terms of the people you hang around, whatever, but like you're on your phone constantly
shit.
so much, the people you see all the time are your environment.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
Are your
I'm
environment.
gonna delete a lot of numbers actually.
So it's some shit of like, obviously you're going to be looking at these people's statuses, and in one way or the other you're relating to them, or they're becoming your environment because they're feeding your head with whatever they come with to your table, which is your platform.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So if you have memes all day, you're bound to be talking about memes all day. And I'm not putting a bad light on.
It's not.
memes.
Yeah. It's not even
you
a
have
bad
to
light.
understand.
Like people must start owning their shit. If that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. And if you see it as a problem with someone is saying you're watching memes all day and you are watching memes all day,
then it's a problem.
It's on you, bro.
Yeah.
So
it's on you.
It's really that. So you have to, the things you want to see, at least they must be where you're going or what you're going through, or like what you want to become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're watching memes, then if you're a comedian, then you're in the correct path.
Yeah.
You should be doing that.
Exactly.
What you're doing is the vibrations you're giving off and aligning to are going to be a comedian.
Yeah.
You will be one. Congratulations.
And the day I want comedy in my life, I will come to you.
You know, you can choose what you want.
Yeah. And I have a bro back home. Hold on, the shout out. He changes his phone all the time. So he usually, I don't know why he does that, but he usually has a different Facebook account like every time he changes the phone. So he has many accounts many accounts. You never know. You just see him inviting you, okay, and then you know it's okay. I'm gonna get him here on this one, and then you just see him inviting you, and then you never have his number unless you want his number for something, like because he's always changing his number. So you just never really do have his number. But then when you have his number, that is because something sparked the conversation to have the number. So basically he never has the same numbers on his phone. He has, because he changes his phone and he has different numbers, and he has the numbers of the people that he is with at the time. So I think that social networks help us with things like that, because you can always go back to that platform and get someone's number, but it doesn't mean you must have that someone's number even if you don't need it.
Yeah, that's dope as well.
So when you need it, you're gonna go on the social platform and you're gonna DM or you're in the inbox and say, hey, can I have your number? I want to talk to you about something. And then that's when you have their number.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense,
lot.
and that would help with the manipulation of the environment.
Yeah, and I don't understand sometimes. I think I struggle with this a lot. When you don't talk to a person and you talk to them on that day, and the conversation is about that specific thing that you wanted to talk about, then you stop talking, then you only talk again after some other time. Like the only time basically you talk is when you're having a meaningful conversation, or is when you want to sort out something. You know.
Right.
And some people feel like that is not right, but I feel like you should only be talking about things that
actually matter.
Yeah.
And
Because
really, it's very selfish for people to. I think it's selfish for anyone. Because you want me to be on my phone while I'm with people. When I'm with you,
you don't want me to be on my
like,
phone.
would you like me talking to other people when I'm with you? Type of thing.
Yeah.
I understand
okay.
something with my girl. But it makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyone else, it's just like, bro, why are we talking about interpretai? Like, why are we just talking? And it's just like, why can't you exist where you are? I exist where I am. But Nakona, like, that is just me. But I think regarding like the whole thing, people don't know themselves. I think that's the big thing. Like they keep wanting acceptance from other people. And that makes you very codependent on other people. Just like umuntu mekhulumisa nje, it's a problem to you. You feel like they are using you or whatever. What is that? Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong if someone is talking to you when they actually have something to say to you? And it's when you uthatha into kanjalo, you look at it, it's only talks to me when he wants something, and then you press it down upon yourself as if like, doesn't think I'm interesting. But it then becomes a lot of that. That's the reason why anyone would feel bad about it. What you're only doing it at that time. Now, ufuna wena, so they feel wanted, so they feel interesting, so they feel.
It's very silly.
It's bad. It's totally bad.
It's silly.
To the point where, when I post like my withdrawals, should I post any withdrawal, what's in the 20,000 or whatever, or 40,000? It's because I appreciate what I have. 500,000 and don't say anything, but they still feel shitty about it because they know there's someone who's earning like $1 million. So when basically what you're saying is I can't post my 20,000 because in Gaza so and so is richer than me, so they probably receiving 500,000. So I mustn't post mine because someone else is doing better than me, type of thing. What the fuck is that, bro? And I like what I appreciate what I have. I appreciate what I have, and this is what I have. I'm not saying you have less. I'm not saying you have more. I don't give a shit. But
Sure.
this is me, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna celebrate myself.
Mm.
So ukuthi
Yeah.
manje unga-celebrate until uthenge mhlambe yabo into esile.
Nakhona, you can't scale
celebrate
it.
Exactly, you always celebrate it lakho wena because khona bathenga ama-BM in there.
Celebrate.
It's just basically that. So when you must know yourself as a person. Just give yourself everything that you want from other people. Tell yourself everything you want to hear from other people. So that mesofika kwabantu umuntu ophelele. You're not asking other people for their bakutshela ukuthi umuhle so you can feel beautiful. Bakutshela ukuthi unjani so yabo it's like
Yeah, that's very nice.
and it ties in with the book that I'm reading that I'm done with. If it's the principles of polarity. So you have the two poles, and a lot of people, majority of the people, allow society to swing them in between these two poles. Yabo, how should you feel? So are you angry? Are you happy? Are you sad? Type of thing. You allow everyone else to swing you. They tell you how to feel.
Yeah.
Yabo, so when you're not in control of your emotions, when you're not in control of yourself, when you're gonna read something about yourself, then believe it. Then now you're sad.
The mood changes.
Then read about someone. Then you now that you said you want someone else to make you feel better, so you can be happy. So you just to tell you no, it's okay.
You'll be fine.
Then you feel like you're gonna be fine.
Only to read something again and you're sad.
And then so along with death as well. Death, you can look at it and you literally decide how to feel about it. You can either focus on the suffering or you can focus on the good times that you guys had.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
whatever it is that you focus on will result in the feeling that you feel at that time. So abantu babe depressed, abantu bazibaquleka emgcwabeni belokhuzana. It's because you focus so much on the loss. And you're not appreciative or you're not looking
of
at
the
all
times
the good.
that you had.
Exactly. And you don't
It's just
feel
that.
that thing. Fuck, they're gone. Whatever. It's just like, wow, we had some great times with this person. Because the reality has happened. Yeah, well.
Very true. It's very true. Because this thing is not even about. Okay, what I've recently seen is that it's not even about being like positive. So if someone dies, so the normal thing, I was like, okay, just be positive and enjoy the great times that you had.
Yeah.
But now this whole thing is about like, as you're growing as a person, you're becoming conscious. So you're conscious of the bad, you're conscious of the good, but you take control of the situation and decide to feel a certain way. So you can see that, okay, fine, it's sad, you are acknowledging that, you are aware of that, and you're also aware that, okay, we had great times. So my growth and for my evolving, I choose to celebrate the great times.
Yeah.
You know, because you now understand that you have to always evolve. And if you're going to live in your past, you will not be evolving.
Yeah. And the thing is, like what you put in your subconscious, like your first instinct, is very important because that's what's going to determine the outcome of what you think it is. So let's say if someone passes away and then your subconscious is like, we had a good time, then what your conscience is going to be is that good time was actually good. So you get a good feeling of what was actually good, which makes the bad feeling of them being gone actually
Redundant.
because the good time of the it's like the positive and the negative.
Overpowers the other one.
Yeah, it overpowers the other one, and it's also coexisting with it.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so
oh,
you
yeah,
so
yeah.
you also
So
said
balance it out.
yeah, so it balances it
Oh,
out. So
okay.
it's just not as bad as just saying
It's gone.
it's gone.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense as well. And firstly, it's all about that balance.
It's
Yeah,
balance.
it's
all
a
about the
balance.
balance.
The
Balance. Anything that's overactive is still not good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, because the reason why I said about the positivity thing, some people are like, they can go so much with the positivity things, they miss lessons.
Mm.
You know, like, you can have a situation that's trying to teach you something, you pushing for the positivity, you're missing what you're meant to learn.
Yeah.
and there's no balance.
You know, so you just need to acknowledge what happened, but choose a positive outcome out of everything.
Yeah,
So it's just being conscious.
yeah, conscious,
Oh, that's
which
really
is
dope.
created by your subconscious.
Yeah, and also that ties in with something that I was reading about I and me, how to use the two. Me is the characteristics that you give yourself. So, this thing is so. Okay, yeah, it goes with the subconscious and the conscious as well. So it's like, that one when you're talking about yourself, like, when so you're gonna say like, something. I hate dark chocolate. Mase go mhlawumbe ukuthi I love cake. Type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
It's the same person that has the two extremes existing in one.
Sure.
So you have the capability of hating, you have the capability of love.
oh,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
And so those become all your characteristics. So when you're talking about me, you're really talking about something that is inside you, that is in your head, that is not you.
Which is
So
the
most of the
I.
I like, I am this person, I am, like all of those things. That is not you, basically, because I was good to you're a loving person, but you're a hating person. Okay, which one are you? Yeah, because there's something that you hate, there's something that you love. So you're talking about yourself, like as the me type of thing. So, yeah. So like So the me is just the characteristics of which most of the time they are not true.
Yeah.
And when you must understand that it's not, you don't have a body then a brain. So your mental is not inside you. You are mental in a body type of thing.
Oh yeah, because different parts of the body are what triggers certain things.
Yeah,
So
and that
it's
as
not-
well.
it's not
But
just
school,
in your
like
brain.
if they can catch your leg, doesn't mean like
You're gone.
you're gone. If they can do
yeah.
so, you must see the mental as the all and it's basically your body. Then your body is the tempe, and that's all it is.
You just exist in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So always with me. And you're talking like J. There's a you that is inside your mental.
Which is I.
Which is I, and then got the mokuluma with the So how to link the two, the me and the I? Me is oh shit, I forgot.
Okay, I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I just wanted to like be very specific. But more kuluma ngo I it's the corner. It's the will thing.
Yeah.
Like okay, it goes to the eye as well. Like to the eye, and then shit. But isn't the eye when what you actually do?
I understand what you're saying.
Willingly.
It's not.
Yeah.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
It's like you have this nice piece of cake, yeah, and something part of you wants to have that piece of cake,
Yeah.
and then there's another part of you that's telling you not to have that piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
That is the two sides coexisting,
Yeah.
and then you make a decision based on which one is more stronger.
Yeah. Basically.
So if you tell yourself that like the one inside you that no, I am not gonna have this cake, then you're not gonna have the cake. But then if you ignore the one inside you,
Yeah, it's
then-
basically that. So, and then so if you have the cake, then you're gonna say you're a gullible person.
Mm-hmm.
You tell yourself that you're not.
yeah,
So all the characteristics that you give yourself are not you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's
So-
always gonna be a you that really knows.
yeah, you can
Type of
always
thing.
pick the other side.
Yeah, you can always pick the other side. And what's the right English food called specific, but one is the subconscious and one is the conscious as well.
Yeah,
It goes in with that. So to get, but also you tell like when you're gullible all the time, then obviously the next decisions that you're gonna take, and you must understand that is not you. But because you've told yourself that
that is you.
yeah, well, that is you. You've given yourself those
you
characteristics.
carry yourself
You
out
carry
as that
yourself
person.
like that,
Mm.
and then you cause trouble for yourself, type of thing.
Mm.
But it's all just specific in my book.
We have to keep it balanced.
Yeah, you have to keep it balanced. You have to be in control
Mm-hmm.
of yourself. Make sure you're directing yourself in the right places. You're thinking about the right things like all the time, and it also goes to like how to dodge, not even dodge, but like okay, like what's in, like when you're swinging,
Mhm.
the principle of rhythm, is it rhythm?
Rhythm.
Yeah,
I have-
rhythm
yeah.
and polarity, like it goes together. So you with every action there's a reaction, with every reaction there's an action. So if you wanna swing to the right, you're gonna swing.
You have to swing to the left.
Yeah, you have to swing to the left. If you
Oh.
wanna, yeah. So anything that you do,
Mm.
if you wanna turn your head to the left, you have to turn it to the right. So with everything that you do, there's always that in play. And then the
Yeah.
rhythm is created, the back and forth is created. Everything that goes up must
come down.
Everything that goes down must go up. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
with every single thing. Yeah, well, and so now you have that rhythm of, or you have that principle of rhythm and the polarity, which you always getting swing between the two. Yeah, which you go
Mm.
type of thing. So
Yeah.
with Nakona, with everything, so let's look at a human for example. A human, you there's old and young and
Oh.
born and then getting old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the whole life itself is like a swing between the two
Mhm.
until you go back to rebirth type of thing. So it's like if we call you swing that way, and then got the Mesusubu, yeah, it's like you become a child again. Mesubam dal.
Oh, and the things you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the thing
that's
that you
that's
do.
when they say you reach middle age or something. Or
I don't know, not even middle age, but like
Khona lento
Yeah,
ukuthi
when you
first-
like-
midlife crisis. The midlife crisis when
Nah,
you
not
Nah,
even that.
start.
khona
buying,
uyabona
buying,
ogogo
like-
ogogo
Yeah.
bayingane
oh, go,
uqala uthanda usweet manje
Uyaphipwa.
uyatetema uyaphipwa
awusakwazi ukuhamba yabo, like
No,
that.
Bella, it
Is
goes,
it like that?
It goes from being old, like an adult, like an old guy in your 40s, and then you get to your 50s, and then you become that guy again. Like you want to feel like a teenager, and then you just buy that sports car. And
Oh
then,
yeah, then that
and
is
then it
midlife
goes
crisis.
lower, and it goes lower, and it goes lower until you're like Ngan.
Yeah.
oh okay
Yeah, so but I doubt midlife crisis happens for everyone.
No, it doesn't happen for
Yeah.
everyone.
So I think
Yeah.
it's not that specifically, but yeah, like it's just those poles. So they happen with everything, like for every product. So even the TV, like well, it's built up and then it will die down. Like with everything, it's just it's just that continuous process of swinging between the two poles, from being and not being, being and not being, being. And not
Okay,
being.
so that's where this thing of everything is in process. Or
Yeah,
like
everything
is
is
still
becoming, nothing
becoming.
is.
Mm.
And put the shit. That thing is really dope because when you think about it, like nothing is. Everything is becoming, and it's just like you can only escape our mental planes, and for you to look at things differently. So, okay, like for the TV, you can look at it with this is the TV.
It's the final product.
It's the final thing, you know. But escaping mental planes would be like you looking at it, you seeing a TV, because at some point it will not be a TV. But people are still gonna say it's a TV or it was a TV. It's not. Yeah, bro.
It's changed.
It's something else now. It's something else. Like it's in the process of becoming. So you can't say this is a TV. You can choose to look at it in
As
another
a
way.
TV.
And all guys would say like umuntu piggies, and then probably that's how you come up with shit. So basically, what's happening is that for you to gain something, you have to lose something. Yeah, bro. For you to get the cake, you have to give the penny. You can't have the penny and the cake. But you can escape mental plane.
Oh, hey, Mark, are you saying good thing? Like, if someone from the past would see this TV, they would not know what it is.
Yeah, for sure, they wouldn't know what it is.
Like, if someone from the past that knew a computer will not know what a laptop is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. But
I was looking at it in a way of like this thing of Uguti. I get to pay like everything comes from something. Like plastic doesn't just come as plastic.
Yeah.
It comes from something, and when ETVC feel for instance, it will break down and into something else.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's something else. They're gonna build something else with that thing that you once said it was a TV.
Yeah. It is that.
Okay.
like doing a puppet show or something.
Yeah, Leshan is there to cut out the middle, whatever.
Yeah.
They cut out them. They
And
get a frame. They just have a frame.
Yeah.
Now no good frame layer can be melted down into a
something
cup.
else.
Now you have a cup that was a TV.
Oh, okay.
And
By
that's
using the same plastic.
yeah, using the same thing. And
Okay.
that's what everything will be. That's what everything is. Yeah, well. So now as the person, like you're in the process of just that, exactly that, of becoming.
Becoming.
Nothing is, everything is becoming. I forgot what I was talking about initially.
You forgot.
Before we explain lentily. Wow, shit.
Do I even remember, bro?
It was the TV. Sadly, the TV. I went to the escaping of the mental planes. Okay, so what happens is that more with him. Okay, yeah. So with you can't get anything if you don't give anything. Type of thing.
Yeah.
So the person who suffers extreme pain will have extreme joy. Look, this thing is so stupid. Look at it like this. Joyfulness only comes from being like sad.
That's
And that's just the swing between the two poles. You can't be joyful from being joyful.
Yeah, like it's like if you've never been sad, you don't know what happiness is.
Exactly. So this thing happens all the time. You feel the other thing because of the other thing. So even with giving and getting, it's basically that. It's just basically that. You can't get anything without getting anything.
Mhm.
You can't feel anything without feeling something. Yeah, well, so you have the more pain you feel, the more
okay.
joy that is coming.
Okay.
The one that suffers less will benefit less. The one that studies more will, yeah, well,
Yeah.
will get more results. So it's like you're suffering. No matter twice, not in this lifetime, or it will be on the next. But your suffering or hurt or whatever doesn't go to waste. It's gonna swing to the other pole for exactly what you suffered, type of thing.
It also ties in with like the law of compensation.
Yes, it's also that. It's also that.
Basically, if you're not gonna study, if you're studying, you'll get low marks.
Yeah.
Like
It's basically that, and then it goes further with if when you have done wrong, basically. So I mean that the whole thing is just like in a compensation form, like everything comes back to you, type of thing. Everything comes back to you.
Full circle.
So for all the things that you have done, you'll pay the price, type of thing. So it's just like you can escape those planes. So if you don't do good, manj, like as example, you were stealing imali semncane, you can escape that plane of stealing imali on a higher plane. So on a higher plane of which you're looking at egos and spirits or whatever, and function at that plane in a positive light.
So
This is hard to
wait, what
explain.
do you mean that you basically won't have to go through the
Shit.
karma?
Yeah, you don't have to go. You don't have to go through the karma.
What states is that?
Any other state? And there are a lot of
Kind of
planes. There are a lot of planes. Yeah, but so it's like, shit. I wish I had a perfect example for like life in general. So, but basically, I said, if you do something in your dream, you don't have to
Deal
pay
with
for
it
it.
when you're okay.
You don't have to pay for it. Example, when you're connecting, when you're high or whatever, when you're connecting with gods, or when you're connecting with like if you're existing in a higher plane, you don't have to pay for things on a lower
That you
plane.
did. Okay.
So Google, it's all about what are you doing on those planes, on those higher planes, and how do you get there. So you can get a person who has been fucked up, but assisme then they don't have to pay for those things. Like they find
So like
church.
it won't be a thing of. That's how you get people. Some sort whatever, and they just a different person now.
Yeah.
And they.
So now like
One day
like
says
that type
Okay,
of thing.
I
So you
think I
can
get
fight it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fight it because what's basically what's happening is that there was just a strong side of whatever, and you escaping to another plane to do that side brings it to an equilibrium, so it then
Okay.
balances it out.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to be doing this
Stuck
or
on
doing
one.
this.
Hence why you need to always be evolving.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to balance it. So what you're doing when you're escaping the planes is that you come and you balance it out. You balance the positive and the negative. Yeah, well, to bring it into the middle. So if you're doing extremely bad to doing extremely good, your gain will be the middle.
Balanced out.
Yeah, well. If you're doing extremely bad, then you do extremely good, then you get extremely good. Yeah, well. So it's basically.
Okay.
Yeah, there has to be a balance.
But escaping planes is very important. But Nakon, that's something to. Yeah, I think I can explain it more when I have my book. Yeah, because it's very interesting. And I listen to
That's
it.
the what? The Kabbalion.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Capellian. That book is insane. Like it's
Yeah.
like, yo,
Well, that's my next book. We'll see how that is.
Okay.
Should be interesting. It should be very interesting. Yeah, these things are saying like the same thing, but you keep learning in depth.
yeah, I think it's all about integration.
Yeah, it is. Like things, it's that another thing you were saying, Oguti. When you're understanding one thing, then you end up understanding another thing.
Yeah. That's the law of the principle of correspondence. As above, so is below.
Yeah.
As below, so is above.
Yeah.
So it's those things. You just
And that's why I always like want to like make sure which things are heard and clarified, because it's not only about like Leonto at that time. So you think who's gonna everything as one, it's just gonna be this conversation.
okay.
It goes into a lot of other stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, well, it goes into a lot of other stuff. So that's why the law, like of correspondence, you have to deal with. So if you can't say someone they're good to you, only when you guys are in church. Meaning apparently they act. I don't know why I like using church as an example.
Yeah.
But meaning apparently they are a totally different person. Yeah, well,
You can't say that.
you can't, cause most likely what they do in church they
It's
can
the
do
same.
outside. What they do outside they can do in church.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so don't look at things like
In that light.
Yeah, with the individually
They do it some places.
Yeah.
Some places
Mm.
they
they
don't
won't
do
cross
it.
the boundaries.
Exactly, because it actually happens with a lot of things. Everything ukuthi nje yabo iCarbon mechaza impilo njengoba ibuyisela yonke into kwama electrons. Yabo, with everything it just becomes that. Yabo no nama vibrations as well. With vibrations it's exactly that. It's vibrations as in vibrations, but they go into the music vibration, the car vibration. Does any sound vibrations, the vibration that we give each other as a person.
Yeah.
Yabo? So it's just like it
The
taps
vibes,
the vibes, bro. Like
Yeah.
it taps into every vibe.
Yeah.
It's not just about vibrate. When the phone vibrates, type of thing.
Yeah.
Uthi, yabo, you think that's just a different vibration than a human vibration. That's not a different vibration.
Okay. Yeah. That mind is clicking. That like with most of these things, it leads you to the direction of you must feel like you're one with every single thing.
Yeah.
Like you are like you relate in every way, even with animals, like with everything there is, you are one basically. You're one with everything.
Yeah.
So it goes into you if you understand that if you're hurting an animal, you are part of that.
Yeah.
You know, so with vibrations as well, yeah, it makes sense if you say it like that.
That would mean this one time I think all that thing was taken to an extreme levels, but I thought that one more waiting we had to puzzle.
And
But no, like
No,
more
no.
more to puzzle like
Like
you
on
hurt-
the door
you
and
hurt,
stuff.
yeah, you
Yes.
hurt your toe or whatever.
Yes.
It's all the little things that you don't like. Everything leads to something. So it's all the little things that you don't pay attention to, thinking that you didn't, like somebody killing a roach, killing a fly,
Yeah.
all those things that you don't think add up. It's all of those things paying back.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because you must think about all the possibilities and all the odds that led you to the exact moment. Yeah, well,
Okay.
and you
Yeah.
actually end up in. So I always question abantu abagingqekele imoto bonke yabo mhlawumbe mase bashona bonke ekhumbini. I would really love to follow each and every one of these stories
and
to
see what
see
led to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
ukuthi why is it that 15 people come in there and which could have been anyone, ended up being them.
Like, what did they do?
Yeah, what do they have in common? Yeah, well, because you must look at the odds really, like what are the odds, and odds can make a huge difference, because it's a matter of more figure robots in value or figure robots value. If we figure robots in value, you wait for some time. That makes a huge difference.
Because you could have been somewhere else.
In your day,
Yeah.
in everything. So everything that when I'm trying to say, in my head I'm thinking, what are the odds with this shy say just so we can't leave type of thing. And then I would be so grateful because they would probably be protecting us or whatever.
Yeah, for the
some,
way,
yeah, from something else. Because really, what are the odds? Because it's Pume at this time in England, then it's figured shy anymore. It's just like fuck. Yeah, we could have just come this time earlier or something later.
But now the thing is, something more earlier, something worse could have happened. Or if Uhamba, like...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
yes,
you know?
Yes.
Like that robot being green, Wadlula, if you had waited, maybe there was a bus that crashed the cars that were waiting at the robot, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all of those things that you think, like, as they actually do add up to the outcome, to everything. It's okay. Shit. Njengoba nje idlilwane wena kancane nje nempilo yakhe ingahlangana, okay, sharp, yabo. Khona abantu abaqala emakuve sebenemali, yabo, but you're not elevating as an individual. Your family is no longer progressing as well. You're still at the same place where you are, like, okay, where were you at? Where you were.
You're still at the same place where you were at.
Where you were 5 years ago, whatever.
Yeah,
well, so you're still maintaining that, and it's like,
what's up?
Nothing.
There's a reason. There's a reason why that is happening. Well, there's a reason why you guys are not going forward. There's a reason why it's still the same shit. And people think that's not possible. And the book really just let the young kid into its smallest form.
Yeah.
Smallest form. So you understand things like in a simple way, but you can apply them everywhere. Just like how we explained like the vibe shit. Like that was dope.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can explain that.
Oh, I'm a vibe.
Yeah, the vibrations.
Oh shit. Yeah. Like the thing we were talking about at the office.
Yeah.
With it, people give off like different vibrations, and when you say I'm vibing with you, it's because your vibrations are aligned.
Yeah.
And now, like the one thing that most people are trying to get to basically is to get at a point where they raising or they giving off high vibrations.
Yeah.
You know, and high vibrations really is balance. So when you appreciate everything and you are grateful and you're loving, and so that's how you vibe with other people, because maybe they'd be at the same level as well, and that's just how the vibes come about. Yeah. So if you say I'm not feeling your vibes, maybe your energy field isn't good, your heart is dirty, so I'm not feeling your vibes.
Yeah.
And when we're vibing, it's like, hey, we're vibing, vibes. Yeah, so many people say vibes, but I don't think they understand it like
in
vibrations, because that's what it means. It means that basically
the same vibrations that are given off by the music that you listen to by Immortal Lulai, because it is just like
makes you feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah, it makes you feel a certain kind of way. Everything makes you feel like a certain kind of way. Like amakhumbi mewukuthi mgaqweni kanje, and like the music is banging and the windows are vibrating. That's the vibes, bro. That's the vibes. And if they vibrate like strong enough, they can break those windows. Break them down until once the window particles are broken from the actual window to the floor,
If the force
should the
vibrating.
vibes still be as strong, they will end up going like smaller and smaller and smaller to its original form, which is not a window, which is not whatever
Yeah.
they've made it to be, until it's just dissolves in the ground or whatever. But those are the vibes that you give off to another person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you with the wrong vibe, that will happen to you. Yeah, well, that's those are not the vibe you're trying to associate.
Yeah.
You're not trying to associate yourself with vibes that could break you down, that could literally lead to your downfall or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to have the vibes that will help you to stay as a window. So everything is moving. Nothing is ever still. Everything moves all the time. Everything's vibrating all the time. But because of something vibrating at the correct rate as the other, they manage to stay together. So just like with Lindia case, what's the it's the vibrations and it's the flow of water.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing we're watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The energy.
Amanzi asuke enzenjani laphana, how
They're
they
moving.
flow.
Yeah, how they flow
creates
generates the
electricity.
electricity
Exactly.
because
So-
of the
The energy
Yeah.
from the
Giving
movement.
off, yeah.
So that flow, those vibrations from that flow, with this correct amount, electricity is created. Basically, with every single thing, with the right amount of vibrations, you can create electricity. And then that's how you have the stick
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, when the koi sands rub the stick together,
Yeah.
like the,
at an
Right.
enough vibration, you
Yeah.
start
No.
lighting up and you see
You
fire.
have
Yeah.
to do it at the correct rate
yeah,
for the
yeah, consistently for the
fire to happen.
yeah, which is energy that is turned into something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Basically, yeah.
And it's the same with the like with any and everything that you want. Like if you vibrate towards or in line with the same vibrations of the things that you want, then they're bound to be yours.
Yeah.
You know, so a simple thing would be if you are around vibes that are not towards where you want to go, you most likely not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
cause my vibes are not aligned with what you want.
Basically.
Yeah, it's that, and I think Tesla talks about that. They call it Tesla. That my vibrations are everywhere and they're happening everywhere. So for what you want, you need to vibrate in
At
an
that
alignment.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, it
Which
makes a
is
lot of
pretty
sense.
dope.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Pretty dope.
Oh my shit! What I wanted to say about this shit. Yeah, but basically the vibes thing. I think it becomes more apparent and important amongst us humans to understand vibrations. Like you must understand vibrations because you can use them to advantage. And if you don't really use them, they can actually destroy you. Like it is that deep. Like it is
Yeah.
that deep with vibrations. Also, like another thing that we're looking at too, when there's usually a video of EG7 or a Golf, whatever car that is, with 4 pipes or whatever in the underground parking, and then like when it does that, like isn't
Yeah.
more to the alarm go off. Those are vibrations that cause that. They cause destruction, basically. So
Yeah.
something was
Vibrating at a
high
plane that
frequency.
it would go.
it would appear as if like
Mhlawumbe
Someone-
imoto iyanyakaziswa or you're moving the
someone
car.
is moving the car,
Mm.
or someone not
trying to
in the
break-
car,
yeah.
trying to break
Then
in
there's
the
a
car.
car just passing by.
But
that
it's a
just
car
made
that's
a loud
passing.
noise.
Exactly. So the vibrations were that strong with a car just passing by can make it as if like someone broke in. Yeah, well, that's extreme.
Yeah, that's power.
That's
The
that's
vibrations.
because you can make assumptions. Yeah, with like someone broke in the car
yeah.
when someone didn't, and then imagine what other humans with those vibes can confuse you.
And people,
So much.
these people picked it up and then they just worked on it and then tried to evolve as much as it can. But then it's an element in everything that is put out.
Yeah.
The vibrations are important with everything that is put out because they know the vibrations, like what they can do, what they're capable of, and they are aware they are vibrations of which most people are not aware that they even exist, let alone know how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just have to be aware of this kind of stuff.
Some interesting stuff. Yeah, we're almost done with the hour as well. Like,
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
I think we have like 5 minutes remaining. I reckon we'll keep going or something.
Okay.
Shout out.
A quick one.
Some quick vibrations.
Let's vibe.
Want to shout out anyone? Want to shout out Coco Waco Pele or something like that?
Oh, she's probably not going to see this.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah?
Never know.
Alright, she might just see it.
Bro, she doesn't even know if there's something called YouTube.
Coco
Yeah,
That's
Waco,
fine.
you can do.
my grand is like...
akafuna evolve.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
she should be on Instagram in her 80s, man.
That would be dope. Imagine
Just
having
being
a
out there like
dad
that,
who's
you know?
active.
And probably doing some dope shit like some gym, like dropping
yeah.
some dope
Dope.
true.
That's next.
Yeah,
You
but
should have
probably-
that
Yeah.
actually.
Like she should be
'Cause
doing
kids are going wild.
what's that trending thing that people do
in there.
with the videos, like the lot of videos that they do and they use the voice that like other people's
TikTok.
voices and TikTok.
Oh,
she
wow.
should
Do
be
TikTok.
TikToking. Should be TikToking.
Yeah. It'd be dope. Like it would be dope to have like if Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp was actually used properly. Like
Yeah.
people were actually being themselves. That would be dope.
Yeah.
It would.
And you could see the person
That would be dope.
as
Yeah.
themselves. you
Yeah,
know?
because I feel like I think that's what happens in Asia or in China or whatever. Like people are actually working most of the time. Like they're working, they actually serious,
Working.
and that's how they have become what they've become.
And they don't have the boundary of day and night.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
They work throughout.
They just work throughout.
And as much as black people did suffer for slavery and all those things, okay, yeah, I admit. But like, we are playing the victim so much, Yeah, but to a point where we feel like we need to be served everything. Like, yo, it doesn't go like that. Like, we owe so much to ourselves and to the world.
Yeah, and the thing is that we have like dope elements that people are
Drawn
No.
to.
yeah like we can do a lot of stuff that other people can't do, like let's say play soccer per se, but we do not do it to the best of our abilities. I know there's professionals that do it
Yeah.
but then I think they can study further on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think our athletes even go on plant-based diets like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Which has shown to be like the thing that
Helps people.
that helps stimulates the body to performing well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this thing of like if people were to use these platforms as
Properly.
themselves, it would be crazy because you'd learn more quicker.
You'd learn more.
Because
I think
people-
that's why I was talking about Asia actually. Everyone interacts with it, learn.
and it's a thing of like you'd be sharing some of your experiences truthfully.
Yeah.
So you'd literally get codes from people on some, Lalel, if you're in this field, don't do this, do this. and people would evolve and people would grow much
Faster.
more quicker.
Faster.
So now, because people are busy acting in a certain way on these platforms, they don't share what is necessary. So now, people that watch you catch on the vibe, the other vibes,
Yeah.
you know.
And you
Meanwhile,
excel.
yeah, you know. So it's those things. You just need to be sharing. Share as much as you can. The more you share, the more you get, even with knowledge.
But they are sharing. They're sharing the wrong things.
Yeah, they are. Actually, they are.
They're
Sharing the wrong things. And now that's another thing. Like, if you are sharing or appearing as a certain person, so the eye will always know Uguti when Umuntonjan. Even if when you characterize yourself as the person you're showing yourself as on these platforms,
Yeah.
the eye knows.
Yeah.
You know? So the best thing is just to share yourself as much as you can.
Yeah.
As purely as you can.
Yeah.
So
That's dope.
That's dope.
And there's a lot of confusion in the world, and it's just basically that people are not themselves. So as soon as everybody returns to themselves, people will stop being offended by small things. People will stop playing the victim. People will stop doing things they don't understand. There will be less problems, less confusion and hunger and all this hate energy. Like there will be less of that. Once everybody actually understands where they come from, they know themselves, they know who they are. And you think these things, you just like wake up sometime and you're just like, oh, I am this person, I am this person. No, you must study. Like civilization happened way before. Like people were people way before you were someone. So people have gone through things already for you to learn from, then continue. Don't try to figure it out from the jump. Life is complex. So the best thing is go out there, read what other people have done and have discovered, and then from there you will begin to you'll begin your journey by being led in the right direction. Because now it's just like, if it's alcohol, then it's alcohol. And that's because that's the general conversation. And that's like, you know,
Invest your
we've
time
cracked
in
it.
talking about that.
Yeah. So that would
Uphuza kahle kunathi
get to
sonke.
know that.
You're the
yeah.
best at it.
so yazi nokuthi nihamba nani right nani.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
you
that's
invest
true.
your time in it, and that's what you learn. And
You get what you give.
PlayStation as well, you know.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I think we should wrap it up now.
Yeah, we out.
Bye
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yes, cishe sabaleka isingesi lapho ubonile.
Sibaleke isingisi siyinkinga kakhulu.